Hi guys, how's everybody doing? Sarah here with another video. This one goes out to my sister. My sister wanted to know how to do like a chunky braid next to your face, like do something in the front that you can just kind of wear maybe for days at a time. So this one I just did earlier, and you can see it's kind of like a bigger kind of chunky braid that I sort of pulled out a little bit. So I'll show you how to do that, and I hope that you enjoy. The lighting's really good right now, but when I come over to do the braid, I'm going to try not to get in the way so that we don't block everything. Anyway, so here it goes. So there's a couple things with braids. Like, some people are really good at doing braids on their own hair and not on other people, and some people are better at doing them on other people than on their own hair. So it really just takes like this, it's a different kind of coordination to, feel that out, whether it's you're sort of feeling it in an opposite direction when you're moving on your own head, and then to look at it, it's like you get a head-on view of it on someone else's head, and you're sort of holding it and feeling it in different ways. So just have some patience with yourself and you will definitely get it. This is a pretty easy braid. I'm going to be braiding under, which is also sometimes called like a Dutch braid maybe, or it probably has a bunch of different names, I don't know. But I'm going to do that sort of technique to do this particular braid today. So how's everybody doing? The salons are getting ready to open back up again, which is exciting and also kind of freaky, because we're going to be working in some different sort of ways than we ever have before. Anyway, so I'm going to take this front section. So we're just going to take everything in front of her ear. So you can see this section right here is going to turn into a braid. All right, so let's clip the rest of this stuff out of the way so that we don't make a mess. And let's see, all right, I think this is a pretty good angle. So what we'll be doing is we're just going to be sectioning. There's going to be 3 sections, 1, 2, 3. Some braids have multiple sections. This one only has 3. It's pretty simple once you get it down. Let's make sure that there's no tangles in here, and you might want to, as you go along, comb out any tangles, just so that you don't get any big bubbles or extra hairs flying out of your braid, making it look even messier. Or you can do a super messy braid, whatever you feel like doing. So we got that nice and combed out. I'm going to take a section here that's about, I'm going to say like 1.5 inches, and take that right off of the top. Actually, let me see. I wonder if I turn on this light. Oh, yeah, that might help. Okay, so we'll go with some extra lighting. When you do your sections, if you see some hairs falling out, like in the hairline here, this was just falling out, make sure that that doesn't, because if you have some that are out of the braid, later you'll notice it and it's going to annoy you because it's not in there. You're going to have to put it somewhere. So for this top little piece and some of this, I'm going to just do a teeny tiny bit of back combing just in the middle here, this internal section. If I do any of that sort of on the edges, it's going to just make it look really messy. So just running the comb down through the middle of the hair, we'll put just a little bit of a cushion in there, and it might give just a tiny bit more body for your braid later. Do just a little bit in here too, in the middle. I don't know if you can see how that's sort of picking it up a bit, gives it a little bit of lift. All right, so we'll just start with that. Let's do that 1.5 inch section. Don't want to do tons of back combing because then you have to rip through it later. All right, so here we go. We're going to do 1, 2. So there's going to be 3 sections here. Let's do it from this direction. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Can you see my 3 sections? Cool. We got 3 here. So first we're going to make sure to take all those little baby hairline hairs and we're going to bring the front piece goes under the middle piece and comes over near the back piece. So this is where you're going to start using different parts of your hand. I just grabbed this front piece with my other hand and the middle finger because I already have these 2 fingers occupied. So between the middle and the ring finger, that's where I'm going to put this one. When you're doing it on your own head, it might turn out something different, but you're going to be using all of the parts of your hand here, like every single little separation to hold something. So bring that towards the back and then take your back piece and bring it towards the front. We're going under the piece. So under that middle piece. It always goes under the middle piece and towards its opposite. So then we take the front piece, this is now in the front, and put it under the middle. And then it's coming near the back. Let's pull the back near the front. So we're getting something going here. Now we're going to want to bring in some more hair. So like we took that 1.5 inch section here, we're going to imagine this 1.5 inch section right here. So I'm going to take half of that 1.5 inch section and pull it in to that front piece and go under and towards the back, just like before. And now same thing with the back piece. We're going to take an 1.5 inch section from this under bit. I wish you could see this a little bit better. Let's see. There we go, these 2 together. And now under the middle, joining towards the front. Now let's do the same thing. Take half of the next section, join it to the front piece, go under your middle piece. There's my middle piece. And now back section comes under, join with that back piece. Here we go. I'm just going to show you really quick what's going on. A little bit closer. All right, so here in this finger, I'm calling that the back piece. This is the front piece, and this is our middle piece. So we need this front to go under here towards the back piece. And then we'll take the back piece under the middle. So that's just what I'm doing with this braid. And I hope that you guys can see. I don't exactly have the best, I guess, filming. Look, there she's gonna go a little bit lower. All right, so here we go. We're working on the front piece again. Take half of our next section and bring those 2 under the middle and towards the back. Now we're working on the back piece. Take the other half of that section, join with that back piece under the middle towards the back. I know it's hard to kind of see, but again, take half of the front, half of this front piece, join it here with the front, under the middle and towards the back. Now we're working on the back, just back and forth. Take a little bit of this back under this layer, join it in to the back piece, and then bring it towards the middle, towards the front. Front piece, this might be our last little bit. Yeah, last little bit of hair hanging down here. So we'll just grab that front piece, joins with that, under the middle, and towards the back. And now we're just going to be doing a regular under braid, under the middle towards the front, under the middle towards the back, under the middle towards the front, pull it towards you, there we go, under the middle, this is our middle, towards the back, under the middle, towards the front, under the middle, towards the back, under the middle, towards the front, and then just keep going like that. I hope this is making a little bit of sense. It's hard to get like the right, I guess, video angle on this, but if you can imagine what I'm saying with that, then hopefully just use those words to help you out when you're trying to look in the mirror and get this going. So I'm just going to go all the way to the end. And we're almost there. She's got long hair. So does my sister. So this will work out great. All right, so we've gone all the way down. So now it's not bad. It's like, it's kind of a tight, you know, it's kind of a regular braid. But we want to pull that out a little bit and make it look a little bit bigger. So how to make this, pull it out, make it look a little bit bigger, but not mess it up too much. So what we're going to do is we're not even going to tie this at the bottom. We're just going to keep it really nice and loose. And then one of my favorite tools for any kind of like styling, braiding, or updos or anything like that is a rat tail comb. This thing is, you can use this for everything. It's amazing. So if you don't have one, you should definitely have one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to scoop those little braid sections. See, I just grabbed this one right here. There's this little one back here. And I'm just going to pull on it a little bit. We're just going to start kind of loosening up this braid. And now let me grab this one and pull on it. This one. And just keep kind of loosening this up, just pulling one section at a time. Just work on this top section first, and then you can work your way down to like lower parts of the braid, because that's going to kind of unravel a little bit on its own. You can use your hand. I'm going to pull these apart. So I'm taking one on the top, one on the bottom, and just pulling them apart. And then you just kind of do this really gently so that you're not like making a total rat's nest out of it. Although that could be your style. You go for it if it is. And if you pull one and it's like really bubbles out, like, whoa, that's huge, then, you know, then you can always kind of like shift and adjust and pull it back into place. Let's go back up to the top here. I want to get a little bit more body up here. Pull these guys apart. And you're just kind of like fanning out these pieces. Just fan them out, pull them apart there. Fan this one out. Kind of weird movement, huh? And fan that out. This is just one braid. There are so many different kinds of braids out there. I thought about doing like a fishtail braid video or something. I know that there's like a million videos out there like this, but you know, they all look a little different. So do you see how that's getting more like voluminous and like a bit fuller? So we're just kind of like taking pieces and the opposite pieces and pulling them apart, and that makes the braid look a lot fuller. It separates each hair so that it's just a bigger sort of fluffier sort of braid. It's a bit looser. Once you get done with all of this, you can put a hair tie in the bottom to keep it all together, and then it'll stay like this. Give it a little tiny bit of hairspray or something, and then you're really in business, and you can leave it for as long as you want. Might be able to sleep in it if you're not too bad of a thrasher. All right, how's that looking? It's looking pretty good. Yeah, the sky is the limit with this. You can just kind of keep going with that. But like just pulling on these opposing sort of sections and pieces to get one part bigger than the next. And then you just move it all the way down. She's starting to get a little bit flyaway. And that's another reason why we like these rat tail combs, because you can take, let's see, that one hair and you can tuck it away with the comb. Works a little better with some hairspray, won't lie. Get some hairspray on that and tuck that down and it'll submit for sure. That one doesn't want to go. All right, so what do you think? I think it looks pretty good. You pull a little bit of body back into that. There we go. All right, so unclip your back section. Work the rest of the hair into it. She looks kind of cute. What do you guys think? I think it looks great. I think she can totally go to work like this. She can go out, she can do whatever. This is Elizabeth again, by the way. I know that you all love Elizabeth. At least I've learned to love her. Even though I don't want to be with her all the time, but I am. All right, oops, there we go. Okay, so there's a little braid tutorial. I'll give you a little close up here. Little bit of sort of under braiding or Dutch braid or whatever you want to call it. Right along the hairline. That's how you do it. I hope you guys are doing really well. If you feel like throwing me a donation, I would really appreciate that. You can look down in the comments below to see how to do that. Yeah, like I said, I think the salons will be open in about a week and a half, which is really great, and also a little bit crazy. This transition is going to be interesting, guys. So bear with me, and I hope that you guys have enjoyed the videos, and I'll see you soon. Bye.